Driving down the road, you know something? I'm excited about small businesses, but you know something? It's not much fun. It's a difficult road. 80% of the time, life really sucks. You got an unhappy customer, you got an employee, the pain in the ass, and you're just trying to drive. But let me tell you something. Running and owning a small business, there's nothing like it. You just keep on fighting. Ran my own contracting business for over 30 years. We'll say multiple businesses. I had some that were real successful, some that I sold, some I never got off the ground. Last run, did really well. Got up to $5.8 million, 45 employees. Sold it, made a decision. My body was tired. My mind was worn out. It's not easy. But if you're a business owner, you're a technician in it, you know how to do what you're doing. There's probably a lot that you're not understanding or seeing. Being able to see the financials, things of that kind of stuff clearly. It's really simple, but the hard part is we make it too complex. Most difficult part being a business owner is going from the, what I call the micro, down in the weeds, 10,000 feet and below, where your employees out in the field should be playing in, to actually go back up to 60,000 feet. Being a CEO, it's definitely a mentality. It's a hard mentality, but it's something that you have to do. Do you understand what 50% GP is? Your company has to work, meaning sell, record, and produce at the 50% GP work minimum. Do you even know what that means? Most business owners don't. Math does not lie. And there is certain principles and basics within business. The math has to be there, and minimum of 50% GP. What does that mean? That means after your direct cost, okay, after your COGS, cost of goods sold, you have to have 50% of the money's left over. So that means if you do a $10,000 project, you're doing $10,000 worth of work, after your direct expenses, which are your labor and your materials, or anything else that directly goes into it, rentals, things of that nature, you have to have $5,000 left over. What's that $5,000 left over for? That's your overhead. That's what it actually costs to run your business. That's why I'm saying minimum of 50% GP. Yeah, you're sitting here, you're trying to fight for 10% net profit, net operating profit. Do you even know what that means? Net operating profit is basically the money left over after all the expenses. Okay. And that's what's left over to do your debt service. Most businesses die because they don't have enough net operating and they have too much debt. It's a hard game, but again, math doesn't lie. It's pretty simple and basic, but most business owners don't understand the concepts and don't understand what these numbers really mean. And it starts with just basic understanding that you take a dollar and how does that dollar get divided out in your company? And then second part comes to how many of those dollars do you have to produce each hour, each day, each week, and each month. One of the principles I work on is if you want you to get an understanding of how many dollars you need to make, we start at the year and we break it down to the hour. Once you understand that and that break even mark and you start fighting for it and start driving for it, all of a sudden, next thing you know, you're starting to be successful. A lot of times too, it depends on what industry you're in. There's money to be made everywhere. You just got to understand how to make it. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people in some sectors who don't understand it, which means they just drive down the actual value of what's being done. I don't know about you, but honestly, I'd like to do less revenue or less jobs and make more money. But some people are chasing that top line. Something you learn real quick in business after you understand the numbers is you start chasing the bottom line. It's not about how much revenue, how big your company is, but how much money do you actually get to keep and put in your pocket? Those are some interesting and basic principles that I really work on, I've learned about, and I actually teach. And I help small business owners actually drive towards that. It's all about education, understanding it. Unfortunately, my 30 years, I took an awful lot of just hard knock education. I didn't surround myself with enough people. I was too cocky to actually reach out. But I did end up buying a franchise and started to understand it and learn it. I had some people who started to teach me about it. And once I started to really get in and practice it, it was amazing. Next thing I know, there was a little bit more money in my pocket. Worked a little bit harder at it. I had a lot more money in my pocket. And today, able to put 2 kids through college, got a new house, remodeled the whole thing, and I still have money left over to have some fun. So we're going to go ahead and start an education classes on some basics. They're going to be low cost classes, but help you start understanding some basic principles. You can go ahead and start with these classes. And if you like them, you're starting to understand the basics and you want to get a little bit deeper. Hey, I'm here. That's what I'm about. 30 plus years of hard knock knowledge and education. Reason why I say it hard knock, because I've been out there, I've been working in the field. I've sat there, I've lost a finger to this doggone industry. And I want to teach you how not to lose a finger, but also teach you how to make more money, how to put more in your pocket, and how to live a real life, not just sitting here fighting every Friday just to make payroll or put a little bit of money in your personal bank account so you and your family can be taken care of. So walk with me, run with me, wherever you want to go. I'm here.